Hello Plymouth, Luke Pollard here, I'm your Member of Parliament. In the latest of my series of videos about bursting the Westminster bubble, we're travelling from the House of Commons to the far end of Parliament to the House of Lords. Now the House of Lords is a rather curious place. Instead of being elected, all the people that sit in there are either appointed as life peers, they're bishops, or sadly, they're there because hundreds and hundreds of years ago, one of their ancestors did a favour to the king and they have a life peerage. Now the House of Lords is a revising chamber, which means unlike the House of Commons, most bills aren't created there. Their job is simply to look at the legislation and to check where that is right. Normally, the House of Lords won't go against the Commons if there is a manifesto mandate or if there has been a big decision backed by the public. But that doesn't always mean the House of Lords agrees with the Commons. So once a bill starts in the House of Commons and MPs like myself have not only debated it but reviewed it in committee, accepted or rejected amendments, it's sent from the Commons to the House of Lords. Now effectively the process starts all over again in the Lords with baronesses and peers and bishops reviewing the legislation, proposing amendments and voting on them. That will amend the legislation. That's happening at the moment with the EU withdrawal bill. Once that legislation has been amended, it comes back from the House of Lords to the House of Commons and MPs get to vote whether we agree with those Lords amendments or whether we don't. So sometimes I'm voting in favour of amendments, sometimes I'm voting against them. All depends what the Lords have sought to change that legislation. Now in the Lords you can ask questions as we do in the House of Commons, but they're a lot more polite. It's also a place where you can see figures from politics of yesteryear, and if I'm honest, last time I was there I met a few people who I swear were dead, but they're not. They're still in the House of Lords, still legislating, and that's why reform of the House of Lords is such a hot topic. I don't think anyone who was born into a hereditary peerage should be legislating. I want to see an elected House of Lords. I don't like the idea of life peerages. I don't like the idea of political leaders packing the House of Lords with their friends and donors to make it easier to get their legislation through. Not a big fan of Labour doing that, not a big fan of the Conservatives doing that. I think we need a reformed House of Lords. And let's face it, there are loads of them. At the moment, there's nearly 800 members of the House of Lords, and in the Commons, there's 650 of us, and the government's trying to reduce that number. So it doesn't seem right in my mind that there's more unelected members of the House of Lords, and a house that's growing and growing all the time, well, they're trying to get rid of the elected people and make that house smaller and smaller. So that's one of the reasons why I'm opposing the changes in the number of MPs, because I think we need more people that are elected, that are accountable to the people, because the members of the House of Lords, they're not accountable to anyone but themselves. It's a curious way we do politics here, but to get a bill through, we need both the Commons and the Lords to agree it. And once we've both agreed it, then it goes off to the Queen, who puts her signature on the bottom of that piece of legislation, and then it becomes law. That's it. If you've got any questions about how Parliament works, feel free to drop me a line. You can do so by emailing luke.pollard.mp@parliament.uk or send me a message on Facebook, facebook.com/Luke Pollard. Thanks so much, Plymouth. See you soon.